Okay, Phil Neville will stand down as England's women's manager in 2021. He will not seek a contract extension. And since the World Cup, the results have been poor. I think they've lost 8 in 11 games since the World Cup. So results have been lacking in the last 8-10 months. And you are judged on results in the management game in sport. You are judged on the results sheet, and they haven't been forthcoming. So the team has regressed since the World Cup semi-final, and that's a problem. Now, on the plus note, it does give the FA a good 12 months now to find and name a successor. But the criticism the FA faced was when they hired Phil Neville for this role. Not only had he had no experience in women's football, he had limited experience in our coaching side in men's football. He'd only been an assistant at Everton and Valencia. He'd never had a first team managerial role at senior level, and that is a criticism aimed at the FA. Now, he has done rather well with the women's team, much like Gareth Southgate with the men's team. Has definitely improved things. The problem is, unlike Gareth Southgate with the England men's side, who still have good results coming in and they're still very, very competitive, on the women's side of things, Phil Neville's England team have regressed quite significantly, and players are coming out saying we're not good enough. We haven't improved, we haven't kicked on. So when you have key players in that squad saying, yeah, we need to, we're not good enough, we are falling short of expectations, that's not good. And when you have ex-players saying, well, we need to have someone with more experience in the women's game to take on the role going forward, it does label some criticism, not necessarily at Phil Neville for the job he's done, but at the FA. And the FA have to be very, very careful because the Mark Samson scandal still lingers in the background. It still had a damaging impact on women's football in this country, and it did cause quite a few problems, hence why Phil Neville got the job he did. Now, Mark Samson did some great things on the coaching side, but obviously the scandal surrounding his exit has damaged the reputation of the women's game. But it is the reason why Phil Neville got the job in the first place. But the FA have been accused of not doing their due diligence in the past when it comes to this role, so it'll be interesting to see who ends up getting the job, what experience they have, and if they can take this team from World Cup semi-finalists to European champions. But a lot of work needs to be done, and people criticise the women's game. Oh, it's not as good as the men's game. Stop trying to compare two different styles of football, please. Yes, the skill level and the fitness level and the quality level is never going to be near enough the same as the men's. Absolutely, we're not arguing that. But if this England side can, let's say, win an international tournament like the Euros, that may change opinions, because it's something that England teams, be it men or women's, have failed to do for a very, very long time. They've done it at youth level with the under-19s, I believe, and the under-21s. They've been very successful in the men's side of the game. But the men's senior team haven't won a tournament since 1966. In fact, they've only ever won the one, and that was the World Cup in 1966. And they've come to two semi-finals in 1990 and 2018. So success has actually eluded the men's senior side as well as the women's for a very, very long time. If whoever succeeds Phil Neville can get that group of players to the final at the Euros and then win it, that may change opinions on the women's game in this country. And I'm going to leave that there. The FA have a bit of a headache, but it's not the end of the world. They have a full 12 months to find a successor. If they screw this up, questions will be asked of the FA and their due diligence about how they recruit people and how they go about, the recruitment process and everything like that. There's been a lot of criticism aimed at the FA over lack of transparency in the past, racism claims, bullying claims, and how they handled the Mark Samson affair. So I'm going to leave that there. Please place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.